Hi, Mithali. Congratulations on the innings and the win.
Thank you.
For years now, you've spoken about the responsibility you've carried while batting for the team and how that's defined your style, that you can't play some shots. This series, you've had to carry that responsibility again. So, how does that sit with you right now, and how do you manage it at this point in your career?
Well, I think batting has always been for me a role play in the team. The sort of role that is assigned to me over the years is of taking the responsibility of the batting unit and play throughout, and that is something I've always done. And I think today also it was one of those days where I've planned my innings and chasing it gives me a better picture of building an innings along with the other batters in the middle, and I'm able to control the game. I think that really worked for me, and also having some young girls in the side, it helps to guide them when you're in the middle, trying to help them also to sort of understand the situation and how to play in these conditions. It works well that way.
Hi, Mithali. Congratulations on becoming the highest run scorer in women's international cricket. I just wanted to ask you about Sneh Rana, about what do you think of him, and do you think she can be groomed as a finisher looking at the resolve she has shown in the test match and now this ODI?
Definitely yes, because at that slot we've always looked for somebody who have the shots of clearing the field, strong shots all around, and it helps to have a player who can also bowl. So it's good to have her in the side, and she's definitely showed that she does have the character in her to be built into a good player. And in the current era of modern cricket, I think all-rounders play a very important role in the composition of the team. I'm sure that she has a bigger role playing for India in the coming years.
Purnima.
Hi, Mitali. Congratulations on the record. My question is that you've had to take in a fair bit of criticism directed at your strike rate, and how and today's approach signals something different. Like right from the outside, the lofting and everything that signals something different. So what was it that clicked? What did you walk in with, and what was it that clicked today for you particularly?
Well, see, I do read that the criticism is about my strike rate, but as I have said earlier, also, I don't seek validation from people. I've played for a long time, and I know that I have a certain responsibility in the team. I don't look to please people. I'm here to play the role that is assigned to me, accordingly by the team management and for the team. When you're chasing a target, you pick your bowlers, you pick the length, you pick the areas, and I because I'm in good flow, I need to make the best use of me in the middle, and sort of the entire batting unit revolves around me. That's the job that is given to me by the coach, and I look forward to sort of not get bogged down, because at some point I know that the top order is already in the dugout, and it was important for me to understand the situation and how I can sort of maneuver and try to get the match as close as possible with the batters who are yet to come and the batters that I had in the middle. And I think I guess I need to give credit also to Sneha Rana, because that partnership was very, very crucial, and she kept her calm, which is very important in such situation.
Ajit Kumar.
As well as crossing that milestone today. So it all began in 1999 in England. So how do you look back at the 22 years? This must be a gratifying feeling to take India to the victory into the same innings, and you also became the highest run scorer in the history of the game. So how do you look back at the journey now? Pretty happy with the way things have gone?
Well, I think the way things have gone, it was not an easy journey. It had its own trials and challenges. I've always believed that the trials always have a purpose, and there were times when I wanted to give up for various reasons, but something kept going, and here I am, 22 years of international cricket, but the hunger to score runs for India has never sort of dried up. I am still very passionate to go out there and score runs, to be there in the middle and win games for India. I do I know that there's still room for improvement in terms of my batting. That is something I'm working, because I know I have few months run up to the World Cup, and there is certain areas, the certain dimensions for the game that I would like to add for my batting, and I look forward to working in those areas.
Subayan and then Vinayak.
Hi Mithali, congratulations on the landmark. Mithali, this feeling of winning a game, do you feel this will be a much needed confidence booster for the girls heading into the T20I series now?
Yes, it is, because that's what I told the girls. I said we are still in the series. Winning a game like this puts pressure on them, and getting into the T20s, the entire unit should be confident. If they go on to win the first two games, it will be a decider for the last game, and clearly the series is quite exciting. It will be excitedly placed, and yes, I'm sure that the girls will do well in the T20 format.
Evening, Mithali. Congrats on the record and on the win, more importantly. My question for you is regarding Harman's batting form. How much of a concern is that? I mean, she's not been in the best of forms lately. How is she batting in the nets? Is she striking the ball well in the nets? Is it just a matter of one innings, like Shika and Julian have said recently that she just needs one innings? Has she been batting well in the nets? What is the discussion in the team management about how she's batting at the moment?
Well, yeah, it does happen with any player. Sometimes you're not in form, but as a team and as a unit, we back players who've been match winners. We also know that single-handedly she's won games for us with her innings. This time around, she needs the support of the team to back her, and as Julian and Shika said, it's just a matter of one innings for a batter like her to get her rhythm and timing. I'm sure with the T20 format, a format that suits her game, I really hope that she will be back among runs.
Anisha and then Anuj Mishra.
Hi, Mithali. Many congratulations on getting to the milestone and on the victory. You've said that the 2022 World Cup is likely to be your last World Tournament. Would it be fair to assume that this is your last tour of England as an India player? And if so, if you could look back on what it's been like for you to tour this country, because the last time you toured here for the World Cup, there were a slew of milestones that you got to today in the third and final ODI here. You got to the biggest of them, perhaps. So what has been like for you to cap off this tour as the ODI and Test captain on a high, including a win and also getting to that milestone?
Well, I don't know if, obviously before the World Cup, we don't have an England tour, but I've always enjoyed playing in England against England, one of the quality teams in the world stage. They say that English conditions are always difficult, but I think bulk of the runs have scored on the soil, and I'm just grateful that each time I come here, there are times when I've toured England come from a bad form and I've scored heavily coming to England. So I'm happy the way I started in '99, and today it's come a full circle, and I just look forward positively for the tours that I'm yet to play, that I continue this form into those series as well.
Anuj Mishra.
Mithali, despite the win, would India still be looking to experiment with the number 3 batting position?
Well, now that the one-day series is over, but yeah, we do have few names, few players in our mind. But again, it's important that we need to see how they fit into the team. As I said, purists are very few now in the modern era of cricket. We need to look at the all-rounders also, and how the composition of the team will come is very crucial. But yes, that is something that is also an area that we are looking at. Number 3 and even number 6, number 7.
Yeah, final question now. Lavanya.
Hi, Mithali. Congratulations for the win. Jemima is also going through a sort of a lean patch, and she'd spoken about how she had some time with the coaches and just figuring out what's going wrong with her technique. Can you just take us through what is going on with her? And you had spoken about the fact that the team needed an all-round change in the way they were looking at the game after the first ODI. So now that you won this game and won it decisively with good performances in all departments, how do you look back at that assessment?
Well, see, a young player, obviously, she will take some time. It's just a matter of experience and exposure for players like her. When a player goes through a bad form, as players, as seniors and team management, we can give her the confidence and the backing, but it all boils down to the player herself to have the belief to come out of the form. And I'm sure she will, again, for a batter, it's just a matter of one innings to get that timing right. I hope that, as a young player, she should get back in form. And as far as the composition, as I said, yes, we are also looking at having, right now we're going with 5 bowlers, but something that we are looking at is to have another all-rounder in the side. But again, it cuts down one of the purest, either a batter or a bowler. So we are throwing some ideas. By the next series, we should see what sort of a pool of players that we look at and get into the team.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you, everyone.